Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Blue, and we are back with ATP, Average Thought Podcast, and I have my homeboy Young Philo once again. We are continuing where we left off in regards to the homie Moneybag Money. That's not his name. Smart Money Bro. Smart Money Bro and his advice, and we're going through his prompts and really talking about them having conversations. So let's go ahead and continue where we left off. In the last section, we were talking about credit card debts. This time, we're going to be talking about having cars, mobile vehicles, the whips, the Hoopties, the Bugattis, all that good jazz. But let's see what homie got to say real quick.
Fifth thing that I probably should have learned in my 20s and 30s is car payments. I mean, if I could add up all the car payments that I paid in my 20s and 30s, man, that would be an extra $200,000 right now. I had car payments from 1995 until about 2012. That's about 17 years of car payments that could have been funding my future. I had to realize that ultimately in my 40s, I realized that a car is just transportation. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. I don't have to look a certain way on the way from point A to point B. So a car payment can become really a lifestyle commitment. If you are committed to having a nice looking car and not paying cash for it, just understand that that's $500, $600, $700 a month that could be funding you in your 50s. It could be getting you a year or two or three or four closer to retirement earlier. So what I had to learn was that monthly car payments is really a replacement for long-term wealth. I know it don't feel like it. It didn't feel like it for me when I was in my 20s and 30s, but that's what, looking back, that's what it really was. Now, a sixth thing that I wish I learned.
All right. So interestingly enough, as a growing working adult, I can definitely say what he was talking about, how having a car payment versus not having a car payment can help fund your later years, and how you may not feel it at first. Yeah, he's definitely got some truths to that. But before I get to that sentiment, I know you mentioned that your whole car situation, but what does a car you drive mean to you? Is it like transportation specific, or did it like make a statement, give you some type of, what's that thing they call when you get dopamine, dopamine rush and all that?
Yo, bro, a car to me, ultimately, obviously is transportation first, but it's also attached with kind of like an extension of me and like how I look, how I want to be, how I feel on the inside, right? And I say that because that's basically what drives how I choose a car that I like, based off the color, the body style, you know what I'm saying? All that comes from just how I feel. So I'm gonna feel comfortable in a car that is my favorite color, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is just my size. I don't like too big. I don't like driving SUVs. Like,
yeah, hey, look, man, I'm right behind you, bro.
Exactly.
I'm right behind you.
And then, yeah, that's basically what a car means to me.
All right. So, as you mentioned that, it's quite interesting because we see that in black culture, the car has always been a symbol. What are you driving is the real question that people ask. Where did that come from? And do you think that still holds? Do people still care about the cars that you do? Which is a genuine question, because honestly, I've been out the loop. All I do is just sit at home, sit on my computers, making all these videos and stuff like that. I don't know what's people's concerns and the things that they're worrying about, but especially like when it came to the car, again, that was something that I cared for. And like I said, I was the same boat as you were when I was younger, but eventually I had to let that go. So I kind of envy, the idea of wanting to have the car represent you. And I feel like cars should, like, people should look at the car and be like, oh yeah, that's Zach's car. Like, oh yeah, that's Vander's car. Man, bro, I miss my car so much. Definitely, like I was mentioning in the previous episodes, in regards to having a vehicle, and when I got my first car, the one that I had purchased myself, the blue Honda, bro, that was me. I pulled up, everybody knew it was my car. Everybody knew that it was me coming out. While I was driving it, if I was on the highway, it wasn't making no loud rumbles like, a Mustang or a Ferrari, but, stepped on the gas a little bit. It had a nice little hum, and I liked it.
Yeah.
It felt nice. Yeah, I definitely do miss that vehicle. But I had to give it up. But, so, in regards to what's happening nowadays, when you see people buying cars, are we still buying new cars? We still buying cars like people like, oh, I gotta get the BM, the Mercedes. I don't know what these young cats are doing nowadays with their money.
Sure, it depends on if they got the money. Really,
If they got it. I hear that.
So for my friend groups who saved up to get their cars, right, from their money and not their parents' money, the average is like they're not buying hoopties, but they're buying they're not buying new cars either. Like my friends are just now getting cars that like they got payments on. They had to put like upwards of 4,000 or 5,000 down. And the payments are like around $300 a month.
Okay, that's actually not bad.
Yeah. So their cars are more like for 2020 now, their cars are like 2016, maybe 2018. That kind of general year. That's what I'm seeing.
And it's costing $300 a month? Interesting, bro. These car payments are scams,
Bro, I was just talking to somebody about this earlier. We are being raped with these prices, bro. I can't use any other way. Like,
yo, everything, something ain't adding up. Something is not adding up. Cause I'm like a 2016. You're paying $300 a month,
bro.
That crap should practically, unless they're gonna finish pay that sucker off in like 2 years.
Right. I mean, I don't know those details, but I just remember I kind of got in a car and it was like a guess of what year that car was, bro. It has to be 2016 to 20. It can't be anything past 2020. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
$300 roughly a month with $5,000 put down in the beginning, bro, from the jump.
Sheesh.
Just to get. So imagine what it was if it was like $1,000 down, bro.
Yeah, that would have easily been like 400 something a month.
Yeah, because then you got to also account for the APY.
Oh yeah, all that interest and
yeah, them rates been looking crazy.
This crap doesn't make sense, man. That's crazy.
No cap. Because my car was like $500. It was $499 a month for the payment. You know what I'm saying? And that was a 2020 Honda Accord, bro. We put down like $1,500, and I think the rate was like probably 13%. If we was lucky, it was 13%, bro. And that was, like I said, my dad negotiating that junk as hard as
he finessed that thing. Dang, that's crazy. I think that's how much. Yeah, that was always my thing when it came to purchasing a car. And like when I was first getting mine, the guy was mentioning like, oh, you could put X amount of dollars down, but after a certain amount it won't matter because the price is still gonna stay. And I'm like, why would that be the case? Like, if I'm putting more money down, then ultimately that should mean that my monthly should continue to go down. Why are you saying like the value decreases? But I don't know, the stupid numbers that they have in place to finesse everybody. Doesn't make sense. Have you ever felt judged by your community for what you drive or what you drove?
Of course, bro. I mean, back in the day, not to say this because apparently I'm unk now, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy. It's crazy.
But anyway, back in the day, like high school, I want to say maybe 10th grade or junior year. Whenever I first got my license, I was driving the mom van.
Yeah,
I was driving the Honda
that's
Odyssey,
right.
brother.
That's right.
You recall this? That's
Yes.
crazy. That's crazy.
Oh man.
I knew, like, listen, I think that was the third car up until I was driving that up until I got my first Honda. So I went through the Zopapi. That was the first car. And then, and mind you, there were never like mine. There was just whips in the.
There was just
extra
there, yeah.
Yeah. So my dad got that Zopapi off Steven's dad.
Bruh, that's crazy.
And I had used that to practice on my permit, right? I don't know what ended up happening to that car, but after that, it was Nissan, like a regular Nissan, Altima. That came from my cousin, and then I scratched it one time, and my dad gave it back, bro.
She said, "Nah,
Crazy, right?
you don't need it."
Right. So that transitioned me into the Honda Odyssey, where I had to drive that with pride going to school, bro.
Show did.
You know what I'm saying? I went to track practice with it.
Hey, look, bro. Our lives are too similar, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's too similar.
Word?
Yes, I had to drive my mom's blue minivan everywhere when I was in high school.
Yo,
It was that. It was was it Chrysler Voyager? I want to say that's what it was. It may not be Chrysler, but it was a Voyager. Blue minivan, bro. We had that crap since we lived in Jersey, and that was pre-2007. And then we took it all the way down here. And like anytime I had to go somewhere, that's what I was driving. I had to go to La Jeunesse on Friday. That's what I was driving. I had to go to track practice. That's what I was driving, which was very convenient one time because we had to drive to Mill Creek, and I just so happened to have had the van, so I took a lot of the dudes, and then we went up there. So you know, it was a plug. It helped out a lot, but yeah, I had to. That's just what we had. So that's what I drove. When Shirley left for Florida and I went to college, like my junior. No, I want to say my third year in college. That's when I ended up taking her Pontiac. She had a Pontiac Grand AM, and that's where she got her Murano and took that to Florida. So I was able to drive the Pontiac, but that sucker was on like his last leg. That thing lasted me. I want to say it lasted me a year. And then when I came back during winter break, sucker broke down. So I didn't have a car my 4th, 5th, 6th year after that. And then that's when I graduated and I had my real like corporate job. I was making decent money. That's when I got the Civic. Okay. And I was, bro, that thing... It made me feel like people say there was a second of buyer's remorse, but I don't think there was ever a time where I got in the car and I like didn't feel good getting in the car. Like it was like nice, spacious. I mean, for the most part, had the sunroof, and when it was like hot outside or especially like late at night, I'd open up the sunroof. You know, everything was like nice and electronic. Got my my side camera and my touch screen panel and all that stuff. Got the extra spacer for my phone I could just throw under the under the dash, bro.
It was good, bro.
Yo, I was, man. It was a good feeling. I missed that jump. Dang. It is what it is, though. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, like we had parallels, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Them was the latest moments driving to meets in that van, bro. We had everybody hopping in, bro, from the front to the
yeah.
They was like, yo, Zach, let's get in Zach's way. I'm like, yeah, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? The shorties in there and everything, bro. We was gone, bro. Like what?
Yo.
And it was crazy. It's funny to think about Honda Odysseys. It didn't have an aux cord.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you had to get. What
Richie found this man's. I don't know how he did it, bro. But he found a way to get my van to have an aux cord. Or it wasn't my van, but the van. Did
he have those cassettes? That's what I had to do with the minivan. There was like a cassette that we had to go in, and then it had the cable attached to it.
Nah, it wasn't even that, bro.
He had some other stuff going on.
Bro, all he did was jug. It was like a aux to, I don't know what you call it converted into a inch aux or something like that. A quarter.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. And turns out there was a compartment in the very back on the driver's side that had like controls and electronic panels for headphones and the screen that's
really
in the bro, it has those two things in there. He plugged it in.
He just hooked them bad boys in, man.
And it was a long cord, so it reached from the back to the front.
Man,
it was working like a charm, bro.
Anybody, yo, stick your phone and connect. Somebody else be DJ.
No cap. I was passing the phone around, whatever you want, bro. That we had.
Dang.
I was for the ladies. We was bumping. This at the time when what song came out?
Oh God. I can't even imagine.
Big Birkin bag.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Bro, on the way to the meets.
It was wild to that. My man Zach.
That was that time, bro. So like, great memories, bro.
Yo,
they tried to roast.
Until
it came in handy, bro, and then it became the thing. You know what I'm saying? So
them vans, bro. Them vans. I tell you.
Yeah, definitely judge, bro.
I'm gonna get a van just so I can give to my son.
You gotta go through it, bro. It's the rite of passage.
He gotta go through it, man.
Facts.
He's gotta learn the perks of having a vehicle that isn't his, that he's driving, and not only that, a vehicle that ain't flashy, to understand the concept of getting from point A to B.
Facts. Plus, when you start off with vans, you know you're gonna be a good driver, bro.
And something about it. Something about the vans. You drive a van, somebody drove a van, yeah. They normally, unless they're Asian, but you know.
I turn now. Good luck, everyone. Now. Swerves through 6 lanes, bro.
Yo,
you seen that?
I've not seen that,
bro. It's an episode of
Family Guy. Oh, figures. That sound like a Family Guy thing.
Yeah, bro. It was an Asian woman in a van. I think she was driving a van, bro. And she said, I turn now to look everybody else and start swerving, bro. I'm like, damn.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those stereotypes, bro. I'm just leave it at that.
It's one of those, man. I feel not all stereotypes are full lies. That's all we gotta say.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.